Let's try an example with curve sketching. Below is the graph of the derivative of a function f, whose domain is the set of all real numbers and it is continuous everywhere. Use the provided information to create a sketch of the original function if the only zeros of f are x equals -4 and x equals 0. Begin by plotting the given information, which are the zeros at x equals -4 and x equals 0. So if we analyze our derivative f prime of x, we see that it is positive from -infinity to -3. And that means that f of x is increasing on that interval. So up to -3, it's increasing, and also it intersects the x-axis at x equals -4. So we need to cross through the x-axis, continue to increase, and then when we get to x equals -3, we're going to stop increasing. And we also have a derivative slope being negative, which makes it concave down. So that's why we're increasing and also having that opening downward pathway in this section of the sketch. If we analyze this next section of our f prime graph, we can see that it is negative from -3 to -2, which means that f of x is decreasing on this interval. We also know that the slope of f prime of x on this interval is also negative, meaning that it is concave down. So we are going to draw a decreasing concave down section of the curve shape from x equals -3 to x equals -2. If we analyze the next section of our derivative graph from -2 to 0, we know that f prime of x is negative, so it is still decreasing. The function f is still decreasing. However, the slope of f prime of x is now positive. So that means we are going to have concavity switching. So our curve path, instead of decreasing and being concave down and going more in this direction, it's now decreasing and concave up. So that's how we can sketch this section of our graph. And we also know that the graph of f of x has a 0 at x equals 0. And now for the last section of the derivative. We know that the graph of f prime of x, or our derivative, is negative on 0 to infinity, which means that it continues to decrease. Also note that the slope of our derivative changed again from positive to negative, so it is concave down here again. So that allows for us to draw another decreasing section that is concave down for this curve shape. So this graph right here that we have drawn is a rough sketch of f of x.